So a look at the map draft first and foremost. This is the semi-final, so it is a best of 5. Looks like the map pictures are a little bit bugged out here, unless I can... Here we go. Alright. Saymyname versus ElNoniro. Yeah. Well past 2k level players. Solid level. Saymyname may be more frequent in the high profile tourneys. So you can see the map picks here. African Springs, Water Nomad, Winged, and Aftermath have been picked, so should be familiar maps from either Red Bull Wololo or otherwise for them from the ranked queue. Then they ban down the rest of the maps to end up with the last remaining map to play. So no Northern Isles, no Mangrove Jungle, no Socotra, no Chaos Pit, but Crater gets the gets to be the first map played here. Now let's have a look at the civilizations picked here. Dravidians banned for Water Nomad for sure. Could be that Japanese is a Water Nomad ban as well, although Japanese probably decent on African Springs as well with Demon and Towers Archers opening. So could be a means to stop ElNoniro from getting those. I've seen ElNoniro play the Ethiopians on African Springs before, so that could be the play here. Otherwise, lots of mobility here. Berbers, Magyars, Persians, Franks, Malians. Wait, yeah, what's Water Nomad here? What's Water Nomad? Probably... Okay, it could be Persians, Malians, or Berbers. It could be all these three for Water Nomad, actually. Saymyname is with the Vikings, so that's probably going to be the Water Nomad Civ. Italians, good runner-up as well. Maybe even more likely to be played on Water Nomad with their slightly cheaper uptimes or age apps. But without further ado, let's go to the first game on Crater. So Saymyname opening with the Mayans here. Crater is kind of a Socotra-esque map, except all the relics are in the middle. So Lithuanians are a top tier pick for this one, as if you... they have good trash as well, right? So if you're forced into a goldless combo, you'll still be fine with Lithuanians, and as you get to the castle age, you would be able to drop a monastery close to the middle, or between the middle and home base, and snag the 5 relics for a quick resource boost. Saymyname moving right out with the eagle here to scout the opponent's side. Laming is allowed, and it's significant on this map as well, because there's only one boar usually spawning in the back, I guess, for harder lame ability. And 2 sheep captured by Saymyname here. He might actually be able to pull them back as well, but now ElNoniro is moving out, so maybe he's going for the counter lame here. At least Saymyname gets profit here. 2 sheep stolen. So Crater has the berries, like you'd see on Socotra. There are more deer than on Socotra. Socotra would have an elephant and 5 ibex. Here there are, should be 7 or 8 ibex. Yeah, double patch of ibex and boar. So it's not really food shortage, but you still don't want to lose 2 sheep to the, to the opening game like this. Ooh, 2 villagers moving right out for Saymyname here. He's not joking around. Mayans get instant loom. So you could go full lame madness here. Wall in the golds. Stop ElNoniro from accessing berries even for the... for if it's the scouts opening with the Magyars here. 2 villagers is really not joking around here. I mean, Mayans start with 1 extra villager, so if you keep the idle time low, you'll compensate for that. But actually, 25 seconds spent already, so Saymyname effectively behind here because the Mayans start at pop cap, having to get loom. That's one that ElNoniro will get later, and is got a much smoother start here. ElNoniro, no idle time at all. Maybe it senses what's up here. Maybe it knows. I mean, he's gonna wall the berries, or he's gonna shoot the deer. He's gonna lame the deer, of course. Or he's gonna fight villagers. I mean, ElNoniro, to be fair, doesn't have any Any loom in probably will stress that loom upgrade now to conserve villagers' lives. And you have the Eagle Scout opening as well, which is Eagle Scout to start, so the unloomed villagers don't stand a chance. ElNoniro needs to get loom here, I think. But at the same time, ElNoniro sees that Saymyname has sent 2 villagers forward. So that means that ElNoniro is effectively ahead in the economy, even if he gets the berries and other resources walled in. You'd be in a pickle if you get your stones walled in, though, because there are only 2 patches of stone, and if you can't access those, you also won't be able to counter tower in the feudal age. Let's see the villagers. Yep, loom is in for ElNoniro. As Saymyname goes to shoot the deer so they can't be pushed in by ElNoniro here. Very aggressive opening for the player in yellow as the Mayans here. So ElNoniro goes for a mill on the berries here now, but all walled in except for the mill placement. Actually, I didn't know you could build on this terrain, but I guess there are exceptions. Villager count identical now. Still no idle TC time whatsoever for ElNoniro, so he's done a good job at keeping production going behind here. Loom, of course, rendering the villager numbers even here. Saymyname also with only 25 seconds idle, so no more idle time than the opening 25 seconds here. And he keeps idling more of ElNoniro's villagers than his own, to be fair, so still getting damage done here, preventing food income. Does not get any villager kills. And also conserves the hit points of the villagers to maybe produce a forward building later, like a barracks for some militia or... yeah, I don't even know. Look at the worker efficiency, it is just slightly higher for Saymyname here. These guys obviously haven't even been bringing in any resources, so they are down at the 0% efficiency here. Village on the way for ElNoniro. That should free up the opportunity of making some archers. Saymyname in the meantime uses the 2 forward villagers to collect gold. Might even drop a mining camp here, or maybe it's just harvest the gold and get back home. That's going to be enough gold to afford 3 militia if need be, and to follow up with some men-at-arms. But it's probably just to make themselves useful before going home, or maybe it was even a misclick. Let's see how much they actually carry here. Nah, they carry 10 each. This is intentional. Looks like the berries have freed up, so the laming efforts of Saymyname didn't really do too much here. But the feudal age timings, all said and done, somewhat comparable. Saymyname, 1 villager more going up here as well, so that's the main difference of the timings to the next stage. And ElNoniro's initial plans, of course, have been obstructed. Was forced to cede a few more farms due to decay from the ibex here. And he's going for the scouts, actually. Magyars get melee upgrades instantly once they reach the next stage. So scouts will have some merit to them here with that extra attack. And Saymyname by no means walled, but should be able to small wall the woodline if need be here to keep scouts out. So archers arguably more powerful on these maps where it is essential to deny, especially the wood, because there's only wood except for a few stragglers around your TC is on the edge of the map. Men-at-arms is this indeed for Saymyname, which means that ElNoniro will need at least 4 scouts out to engage against them. Might be going scout skirmishers here, so scouts, no skirmishers for defense against the Archers follow-up of the Mayans. Saymyname, having scouted the stables of ElNoniro, of course goes for the Spearman defense here to keep the scouts away. However, when you have that +1 attack from forging instantly, you could justify taking fights against spears with, say, 4 scouts as well. It's not desirable, but it's doable. Ooh, first blood of the game goes to ElNoniro, or first eco. No, wait, there are eco kills here, never mind. Saymyname is killing villagers with the men-at-arms as well, so he's getting real value from the men-at-arms here. Now he's going to proceed to deny the wood as well, so great counter-attack there with the men-at-arms. I suppose ElNoniro didn't necessarily expect men-at-arms at this point, just straight archers. Let's have a look here. Saymayname's palisade wall is under attack. Blacksmith goes up, going to unlock fletching here. Men-at-arms and Eagle Scouts still doing work. Skirmishes are out, but as long as the men-at-arms are at their hit points here, they could be used to deal with the skirmishers. That is somewhat inefficient for ElNoniro, but the horse collar is in, a lot of farms are up as well, and now here comes the blacksmith for fletching for the blue player. Now with 5 scouts, should be enough to potentially clean up the men-at-arms, but there's a spear and some archers here meddling with the scouts, just diving in to take him out here. Fletching on the way as well, 15 seconds to go. It's going to come down to micro, isn't it, with scout skirmishers versus archers, men-at-arms, and a spear. But spearmen deal with, they have bonus damage against spear. Skirmishers, excuse me, have bonus damage against spears as well. Yeah, very favorable fate for fight. I mean, not fate, but fight. 11-1 KD for Saymyname. The micro is on point for the yellow player. He lost 2 units, still got 3 men-at-arms. Going didn't lose, or maybe he added more actually. No, he didn't add more. His men-at-arms are still at peak HP here, and ElNoniro is full on the defensive now, whereas Saymyname will be reaching the castle age shortly, looking at the eco progression here. So castle age unlocking the option of crossbow and bodkin arrow, which means that the skirmishers don't really counter the ranged option anymore. You'll need to get to castle age and elite skirmishers to really deal with that. Scouts low HP as well. Men-at-arms still staying close with the archers, so they can and the spearmen, so the skirmish can build that. I'll say this for ElNoniro though, he's not over investing. Yes, he's lost 12 units, but he's not been going crazy with the skirmishers or anything here. He's clearly aiming for the castle age as well to get to the Magyar's knights, and yeah, taking a fight here, but castle age is on the way for Saymyname, losing a few archers. No big deal here. It keeps ElNoniro's armies from reaching his home base with aggression here. In the meantime, a little bit of the buildings sort of form like kind of a wall here as well, so you could obstruct the scouts pathing a bit with some quick walls and houses here. But yeah, I like the way Saymyname is playing this. He's playing it fully open and just being on the aggressive side, just what I want for Chaos Cap. Now ElNoniro with the counter-aggression, but castle age right around the corner for Saymyname, and ElNoniro didn't even click up yet, so that's a huge technology lead for Saymyname to get to that castle age. Could even go into Eagle Warriors here actually, it's, with some on gold here. But I guess crossbows still make more sense. Some archers forward, that counter-aggression again. Yes, dealing with aggression at home base might lose a villager or two here. The Eco KD is 3-3, but Castle Age is in for Saymyname. Bodkin immediately. Crossbow actually a bit more expensive these days, so that's going to be happening a little bit later. But Bodkin Arrow gives another range and attack to the archers. Crazy Joe in the chat, welcome. Morning indeed. It's what are we at here now? I am at 1:24 currently, so still feels like morning. I'm having my coffee. See, only 4 archers forward, but really still doing significant damage here. Crossbow kicks in as well. Lopo is dancing around, avoiding the ballistics, or not avoiding ballistics, exploiting the fact that ballistics isn't in for crossbows, but Saymyname now with 10 eco kills here. It's been doing work here. There's the cast stage in for ElNoniro as well, getting the +2 defense for the cavalry, except it's mainly light cav for the time being. Not a deadly mass of crossbows for Saymyname yet, and might actually fall victim to the mobility of the Magyars here as the game moves on. I mean, the best mobility that Saymyname has, lacking cavalry, is the Eagle Warriors, which happen to have some bonus damage against cavalry as well, but you'll need to mass them, of course. And the crossbows seem to be getting decent value. And there's reinforcement going on at home as well. It's 2 ranges consistently producing the crossbows. ElNoniro has somehow kind of stabilized here, though. It's pretty heavy on the gold you need to be to fund the continued Knights production. Second TC for Saymyname, so he's doubling up on the economy here. Looks like ElNoniro is going to drop a town center on the 2 golds here, which I think would be a clever move to secure those 2 golds to the side, but he changed his mind. He wants to collect the relics, realizing that Saymyname hasn't done so yet. Shooting fish in a barrel, yeah. Ooh, I don't know that saying. A little bit of split micro here for the Knights to yet again dodge the crossbows. They do have ballistics, but you could still dance around and try to avoid getting hit by projectiles. Some flexing the patrol movement here. Not the most unrealistic move, though. They are a mounted unit. You should be able to dodge projectiles to some extent. Oh, rip monk. Sorry, old man. You didn't get to collect your precious relic. Those doesn't look like... Oh wait, the monastery is up, so Saymyname wants to try and collect the relics as well, so he's staying close to the middle now. And now he's found the gold, he's gonna get more villagers, isn't he? He's only lost 3 villagers so far, he's idling ElNoniro's gold, who probably regrets his choice of a monastery over town center now. On the other hand, you need army numbers, and you need... to fund them, so a second TC might not have made perfect sense for ElNoniro. Great job at idling the woodland of Saymyname now. Only a few on wood for Saymyname, who proceeds to seed farmers instead. He's been having on stone as well. I didn't realize that. He's going to drop a castle forward. He's going to probably deny the main gold. He could deny all 3 golds. Oh, well, ElNoniro here with proper castle payment. Imagine that castle goes up here. It sort of arranges this gold, and it denies these 2 as well. That would be huge, actually, as the raiding knights goes down for ElNoniro as well. 24-9 being the eco KD at this stage. So massive equal lead for Saymyname. Jade's here. Hello. Thank you. Gonna cast 2. Oh, this isn't round of 8. What am I doing here? Semi-final. And best of 5.
Shot it.
Yep, here comes the castle. Where's the castle gonna go? Okay. Doesn't look like ElNoniro is going to get any relics, does it? Second time to the screen and you're already messing up. What do you mean? Oh yeah, the overlay. Oh, I thought you meant me saying your name for a moment. Speaking of, say my name, by the way. 1-0 for Saymyname. Dropping the castle in the middle, that would unlock the opportunity to add plumed archers as well. Speedy unit. Compared to the crossbows, it's basically the Mayans equivalent of a cavalry archer. Castle going up in the middle, denying any relics of ElNoniro. And the stone mining still going on, which means a second castle could go up on the gold over here as well, and suddenly you're at a loss of gold income for ElNoniro. Well fought though. Great recovery from ElNoniro, but lost just too much economy as the game went on here. 60-45 KD, so all things considered, good counter-aggression from ElNoniro as well. It's probably the cavalry dancing and dodging. Showing the APM stats here. Okay, let's tick off Mayans as the winner here, and what do we have? We had Magyars for Crater as the losing civilization. We have had Saymyname winning Crater, moving on to Water Nomad or Aftermath for ElNoniro, where Water Nomad should be possibly Persian Somalians, maybe even Berbers for the faster galleys, and Aftermath I don't even know. Maybe Malians for a cheaper barracks or something, but let's pop up the next game and see what they bring us. Game 2 gives us Berbers, Vikings on Water Nomad, so no eco bonus for the Berbers, but you don't depend too much on that on Water Nomad, given the messy start of 6 fishing ships and 7 villagers, as long as you place your house and your dock and your TC ASAP. You'll still be bringing in good food income to get yourself to the next stage. But Berbers could have an edge against Vikings here in the feudal age fighting, because Berbers, ships and villagers for that matter, move faster. So you should be able to to dodge fights and get going. A couple of houses going down here, Saymyname. Dropping the dock as well and the TC, and yeah, we'll probably drop a couple of more buildings. Vikings docks are cheaper, so that's why Saymyname is saving a little bit of wood here, but he definitely needs to drop at least 2 houses ASAP as well. It's not enough to complete the TC, you need 2 houses as well, otherwise you'll be pop capped once you... Well, you are already pop capped, but even if the TC goes up, you're still going to need... I guess 1 more house is fine, but then you'll be at 15 pop and you start producing villagers, you'll be housed again. So, yeah. does look like he remembered to put a house up somewhere. Where is it? Am I missing something here? Yeah, anyway. The idle time has been avoided. There's the house. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I had a couple of beer yesterday and went to bed way too late, so clearly I'm not attentive enough. An absolute minimum of idle time for both, so they remember their houses, got their production going, both queuing villagers as they go, but ElNoniro with the faster moving villagers and the TC spot getting up earlier is at a head start here production-wise. There's gold in the back of the base, so that's almost covered by the TC. I guess in theory you could dock here and then wall in towards the TC and house foundation here, and then your gold is actually quite safe. That's a bit fortunate for ElNoniro if you didn't see it initially, but yeah, that's a goal that should be harder to raid. Comes Loom for Saymyname before going up, and then suppose that's significant to be less vulnerable to raids as you reach the next stage. Looks like the uptimes are quite similar here as well. 20 villagers versus 19 villagers, but ElNoniro had a quicker TC going up. So only 20 seconds difference here. 20 seconds. I don't remember the production time of galleys, but it shouldn't be too significant. Viking stocks being slightly cheaper though could give Saymyname the an advantage in terms of getting the second and third docks up to start pumping out these galleys. Shut up, Buffalo. Want to know what it is? As the second dock goes up for ElNoniro here, completes just in time for Field Age. Good timing there. And I guess the Berber's fish eco is slightly more efficient as well. Good Yaros would be beastly on this side. You'd think so, because of all the water buffaloes, and if the game goes long, yes, of course. But actually the turnout of the garrisoning in builds for Good Yaros, it diminishes as you place more builds and garrison more. And so what's truly beastly on this map, Jade, is the Dravidians, because Dravidians docks provide population space, so you don't even need to place a house. You could just place your dock and your town center, and you're not pop capped, so you'll get away with only one house. And once you reach the feudal age, you'll get 200 wood, or the next stage you'll get 200 wood as well, which allows for an early blacksmith or an additional dock. Venegor, hello. Should I have a Jade command? Why would I have a Jade command? I could have one, I just wouldn't know what to write. And hello to Venegor as well, of course. Venegor sees Water Nomad and is happy, maybe. Triple docks versus double docks for the Berbers here. Berbers ships, however, look at the movement speed here, see? It's, you know, it's 10% or so faster, so it's marginal, but it still allows you to, I would say run, but rather float away. So that Saymyname can't really engage, and you can regroup, you can get this round. Maybe we'll see the Berbers dominating the feudal age against the Vikings here, but numbers is going to be an issue as well. Looks like ElNoniro has more consistent production though. There are 2 docks for ElNoniro, 3 docks for the Vikings, but Saymyname not enough on gold to keep consistent production out of the 3 docks yet. So both moving into raid each other now. ElNoniro aiming for the wood line, I guess. Did he know that this was here? Oh, such animal cruelty. Taking out the buffaloes as Saymyname is with the counter attack on ElNoniro's home base as well, forcing a tower. Great value, in fact, to force ElNoniro to drop a defensive tower on the wood line over here. It's not going to completely prevent the galleys from raiding here, but it still, you know, makes it more awkward to, especially to raid the gold in the back. As you'll take hits along the way, but Saymyname moves over. Is he gonna find the gold? Is he gonna find the gold in the back here? He's looking for where the gold is taken. There's the mining camp. And the tower is here, so ElNoniro can't afford another one here. He's raiding on the other side as well, but now there are galleys to reinforce here from the Vikings. I said the Berbers could dominate in the feudal age here with their faster moving galleys, but now it looks like Saymyname is on top of things here. Great raid on the gold. No gold access for Saymyname. Saymyname is already in the corner, and with no gold you can't make any more galleys. This is truly bad news. Oh shit, I need to update that command. Thanks, Shaguni. Anyway, the Chaos Cup is sponsored by Snowfix.com. They shipped in $100, but I wanted to have a little bit of a mix in as well, so I provided 50, hence the 150 prize pool. So it's going to be 100 for the winner and 50 for the runner-up. KD, all things considered, quite even here. Looks like ElNoniro is back at the gold. This is an exposed gold still though, but eventually you may be able to wall off here if you're ElNoniro, and then you could secure it. Decent amount of galleys counter raiding here as well, but the reinforcements are close for Saymyname, so ElNoniro is fighting at a disadvantage here, fighting against full HP galleys with his own weakened ones. Even the speed isn't necessarily going to save him from that, and you have to micro on several corners of the map here. It's 5 to 4 here. ElNoniro has the numbers over here though, so he's going to clean up Saymyname's forward aggression, stabilizing things up a little bit here, and now pulling his own galleys home towards its reinforcements here. Good move. It's 16 galleys to 15. They're tied in numbers. ElNoniro admittedly on the weaker side, but it's chasing the smaller group here now. Could get some good trades in here. So yeah, great fights from ElNoniro. KD on the positive side. They both have fletching, but ElNoniro has the advantage of the speed, so he could dodge projectiles more efficiently, could float away if need be. You can see now the speed of the Berbers' ships makes it harder for Saymyname to engage properly here. Yeah, massively outnumbered here, I'll say my name. But he has 4 docks producing, so he's going to catch up with the numbers. And all in the grand total here, except for floating quite a bit of gold here for Saymyname, is also closer to the, well, has more economy working, better economy working in general with the Vikings wheelbarrow economy. Speeding up the villagers' movement speed as well, meaning that the villagers could also dodge projectiles more efficiently. Great engagement by ElNoniro. Even if this tower goes up, it could camp underneath the tower foundation, like you would with archers. Galleys stack, so I think you could. Can we stack all the galleys here? this is so nasty. The way galleys stacked like this. This is 15 galleys underneath one tower, and that's going to be 5 builders dead for Saymyname most likely here. Tower goes down, at least nearly. And yeah, there they go. That's quite a few builders lost, but Saymyname in the meantime has taken out basically all of ElNoniro's fish economy here, and is back to punish the gold income, of course. 12 galleys to 8 here now, so Saymyname with the numbers advantage. Reinforcements coming in, still production going on there. Even if ElNoniro is off gold, he's harvested enough gold to keep be able to keep producing for a little while longer. Yeah, no escape here for Saymyname. ElNoniro with the reinforcements gets to... no escape, I say, but he could... he's trying to hide in the corner, but he could still move away in this area, but will need reinforcements to take a proper fight here. This is ElNoniro's home map, so he certainly has his water nomad meta down here. It's all about the galleys and the feudal age. You don't see castle age a lot in this on this map, because it's so heavily feudal micro-dominated, quite eventful in that case. But now look at the numbers. It's 24 galleys to 9 here. ElNoniro with twice the KD of Saymyname did get that tower and the builders there as well. So the eco KD were very much on the positive side for the teal player here. This is how Water Nova can snowball out of control. Saymyname. So much gold in the bank, barely any food to keep going, isn't collecting food at all. So that TC will be running idle for a bit now. As it has been for ElNoniro as well, to be fair. But this is all about the armies and micro, and ElNoniro has a giant military lead currently, and is still taking great fights with the Berber's galleys here to keep Saymyname on. Force Saymyname to reproduce units here. It's relocated some of the wood, or most of the economy to wood here to be able to mass even more. Maybe even would even make use of an additional dock, but it's not going to be allowed here. They're actually both at the corners of the map here. I didn't realize Saymyname was so close to the edge as well. That's not doing them any favors, because they can't really move around to all of the edges. 3 times the military for ElNoniro now. Look at the army value here, 3.7k to 927. And Saymyname just not in any position to counterattack at all here. Which means that ElNoniro will be able to, could even consider idling at this point to try and get to the gas stage, add some more fish. He has the control now, but this game doesn't really need castle age when you have this kind of galleys domination. So many builders going down. Saymyname down to 30 eco units to ElNoniro's 43. Game home map goes to ElNoniro. We are at 1-1. Eco's actually somewhat similar, but Saymyname very heavy on the gold here. We could actually have a look at the gold collection here, and it should show significantly. Shouldn't it be significantly higher for Saymyname here? Anyway, uptimes comparable, but the economy situation going lower and lower for Saymyname as the game went on, of course. Moving over to the civs again, this was Vikings losing to the Berbers on Water Nomad. Our next map is going to be either African Springs or Winged, where if African Springs, probably going to be Ethiopians for ElNoniro. Has had some success with those. For Winged, I have barely seen that in play, so and at least not for this tournament, so it remains to be seen. But we are going to Saymyname's first home map. African Springs it is. It's Ethiopians versus Bulgarians, so I think we could expect some men-at-arms aggression here. Meanwhile, let me see if I can find a way to link the actual AoE zone post here. Just a sec. There we go. Alright, they've switched colors as well. Why do you switch colors mid-game? Come on! Don't troll the gas like that. I'll keep the colors unless I get some significant objections, though. ElNoniro, as you'll see, has gone straight for the shorefish here. It's the fastest food income in the game after the Mongols hunt bonus. It collects so quickly, so I've seen quite a few players go instantly for the mill, then take straggler trees and go for the lumber camp later on, because it's really boosting your early food income. Saymyname out here, scouting it, knows what's up, knows where to hit with the what could be a rush into men-at-arms here, which I think would have some impact, but probably just the straight men-at-arms for the Bulgarians here. Men-at-arms towers, maybe. Archers, maybe not so much, being the Bulgarians, but never say never. People like to meme. So, yeah, Bulgarians instant men-at-arms upgrade. You could almost say the same about the Ethiopians, but you still need to research it. But with the 100 food, 100 gold granted to the Ethiopians once you reach the next age, there's it's easy to get to the men-at-arms for them as well. Moving out to place the lumber camp here now. Saymyname already with 4 on wood. Has gone to the shorefish as well. I mean, you have the goats and 1 rhino to start as well, right? So it's not like you have to go to the shorefish immediately to keep your TC production consistent, but it is a food boost for sure. Also on this map, they don't start with a traditional scout. You start with a camel as a scout instead, which means you can't attack with your scout, but you can obviously scout and auto-scout as usual to spot these things. And when you go for your aggression, you could also use your camel to block the unit's movement. So if you're trying to get men-at-arms to kill villagers, you could use the camel to block the villagers' pathway, so that the villagers won't be able to get back to the safety of the town center in time. Here comes the barracks for ElNoniro. While on the way to the village, is he actually expecting the Bulgarians men-at-arms and just go straight for the archers instead? Did not go to gold yet. Doesn't really need to, being the Ethiopians with that gold bonus. But nope, queuing the militia as well. And should be able to afford men-at-arms instantly. In fact, this head start to the village for ElNoniro, that's just the time he needs to get men-at-arms at the same time as the Bulgarians. So that one villager earlier uptime is going to pay off here in terms of getting to the men-at-arms. They're both going to want to obstruct their wood lines, most likely. And, or maybe they just go straight for the food source as well, which is an option for sure. Militia and men-at-arms should be queued immediately as well. Yep, there it is. As you see, the time... Okay, so there's like a 10-second time window here for Saymyname to benefit from the men-at-arms upgrade. Is it enough though? Probably not, because ElNoniro is pulling away pending the men-at-arms upgrade. Oh, great block actually! But there it kicks in, and we're looking at an even men-at-arms upgrade here. Looks like ElNoniro gets the better engagement actually. Takes out one men-at-arm here. Now they're even cancelling each other out here. And effectively the men-at-arms opening doesn't do anything for Saymyname here. What's the follow-up though? Men-at-arms skirmishers probably could make a few archers as well, just to more easily take out units. But that's a great spot by ElNoniro there to clean up the men-at-arms before they could do anything. Great men-at-arms rush, bro. Yeah. Here comes a preemptive tower on the fish income here for Saymyname, and the mill is on stone as well, wanting to. He's playing defensive towers here more than offensive. He doesn't have the men-at-arms coverage just yet. Actually, ElNoniro pulls away, seeing the tower going up there. So we'll wait to engage for now. Probably happy to see a defensive tower going up as well, rather than offensive ones. But Saymyname has the skirmishers out, which means that ElNoniro will have to react to that as well. I think skirmishers of his own, not a position you don't necessarily want to find yourself in with the Ethiopians. Upgrades-wise, Saymyname has full upgrades on the archers and skirmishers here, whereas ElNoniro is missing the armor. So in equal numbers, Saymyname should be trading better here. ElNoniro will even pulling some villagers in to fight the skirmishers here, but that's not going to be all that successful given the fact that Saymyname has one archer mixed in here as well. Just that one archer though makes all the difference. Good use of some stray archers over here. Defense upgrade coming in as well. No skirmishers here currently to hold it off. The Ethiopians archers fire faster as well, so they'll be taking out villagers more efficiently than your generic archers. So aggression and counter-aggression here like the previous games. Military-wise they're more or less tied here, but as ElNoniro gets a little bit housed, that could impact the production for a bit. And they're both harvesting shorefish freely, so their progression towards the castle age should be comparable. The food gold boost of the Ethiopians coming to show here though. There's more resources in the bank for ElNoniro. And they might be looking at an earlier castle age, which is also going to give another 100 food, 100 gold boost, which makes it a lot easier for Ethiopians to afford the crossbow bodkin upgrades, even after the crossbow nerf with the additional cost. Saymyname losing numbers here now. They're fighting in equal numbers, but it's all about the skirmishes here. Whoever gets to add scouts first here is probably going to be looking at some good trades against the skirmishers. Bulgarians definitely the better cavalry civilization of the two here. Granted, Ethiopians have camels, but they don't have bloodlines, so you'll very seldom see them making them. And now it's just full-on skirmishers fighting here, because they have the food and wood income to do so. And yeah, they're both harvesting gold as well, but I think they're queuing skirmishers too. I mean, I guess ElNoniro doesn't really have any choice here against the skirmishers. He either needs to add scouts, right, or something, and that's not too viable for the Ethiopians, so he proceeds to add mainly skirmishers and go for the continued range approach and invest into... I guess you don't need to invest into farms with all the shorefish around here, but Ethiopians got great cavalry. Yeah, some of you crazy people like to play cavalry with the non-cavalry cities just for fun. Vikings FC Knights is the best strat in the game, you know. But they'll be countered by the Ethiopians' equally shitty cavalry, since the Ethiopians have non-bloodlined camels with husbandry. So Saymyname back into the military numbers lead here, but ElNoniro going to the cast stage here. It shouldn't be too much of a difference between the two. In fact, Saymyname uses the market here to transition towards the cast stage as well. The stable is up. He's been adding a few scouts, which should be the end of the skirmishes here, or at least switch up the fighting quite a bit here, forcing a defensive tower now. So ElNoniro with the defensive tower as well. That delays any additional TCs that the players want to add, since they've both been going for defensive towers. But it also keeps the aggression out for now. Scout skirmisher for the Bulgarians, going to follow up with knights here, I would presume. Will we see a second stable? We're getting scale barding armor, great. And there are only 6 archers for ElNoniro here, so the archers into crossbows isn't going to be a significant threat, especially not since Saymyname also has the mass of skirmishers already here, ready to become elite skirmishers if you want to. That's a very costly upgrade to get into, but at least you have the mass now to make it viable. Great aggression from Saymyname here to keep ElNoniro off the woodlines as well. First forcing this defensive tower, now hitting the other one. Great overall map awareness from Saymyname over here. Now going for the shorefish income here, trying to find the fishers. The +1/+1 is in for the scouts, which means that the villagers can not fight these scouts. Saymyname also in the cast stage is going for the elite skirmisher upgrade. I think it makes perfect sense when you have 16 skirmishers out and about anyway, and you know that the Ethiopians more often than not will go for the crossbows. I don't think ElNoniro's Ethiopians will work out for him this game, looking at the progression now. The skirmishers alone are getting kills here. They've got Bodkin arrow in, so they are actually almost in a position where they could kill villagers at this point. Ethiopians night type! Seeing the massive skirmishes here, ElNoniro actually forced into some cavalry option of his own, but he's going to be massively outfought by the Bulgarians cavalry here. Saymyname also on stone. It's subject to some counter-aggression at home, but that's been cleaned up by the elite skirmishers yet again. Ooh, but here's the group of crossbows here. Great. These guys and their counter-attacks and decisions here really getting value. ElNoniro admittedly having lost more, and that tower now coming in handy for Saymyname for refuge here, but still ahead in economy, all things considered, and this with double stables to eventually be able to produce more knights as well. Has committed to some farms now. They both probably have to make sure they have some food income aside from the shorefish around the map, which in fact is not being taken by ElNoniro anymore. And ElNoniro also he should see this though. Is it because it's probably because of the elite skirmishers at home here. So crappy men-at-arms rush from Saymyname, since it went right into ElNoniro's hands, but the skirmishers follow-up certainly paid off here. But so does the counter-aggression of ElNoniro. No ballistics, but if you're close enough and you fire as fast as the Ethiopians' crossbows, you'll still be looking at decent trades, keeping the knights' numbers low here, but both stables now producing for ElNoniro should be cleaning up here, and ElNoniro will be left without any army for the time being, and that really opens up the opportunity for counter-aggression for Saymyname now. It's keeping armies close to the shorefish situation here. Does not know about the TC to the side here though, so that needs to be addressed as well. Both players with 2 town centers, but Saymyname now with a 26-4 military lead here, and now doubling up on the knights production, knowing that the crossbows have been dealt with. Could be that ElNoniro needs to go into monks and pikes here now, maybe even, or maybe in pike siege approach to clean up some of the skirmishers. Because he has the wood gold income to potentially invest into something like that. Saymyname's economy looking healthy though, army numbers much so as well. But it doesn't see the expansion to the side of the map, so that could be a lifesaver for ElNoniro, having that golden wood access. Considering that the eco situation isn't all that uneven. I'm going for a hunt to the side here. Clever thinking of ElNoniro to boost the food income. Not having great access to the shorefish anymore. The army situation is evening out, but now that Saymyname has stabilized the economy, is also been harvesting stone and will be dropping a crab post right on the production and the town center of ElNoniro here. So it's focusing massively in the middle here. And one crab post that already allows for Connex production as well, which is essentially a stronger alternative to the knight in the castle age. And it has 2 lives as well, because once the Connic gets taken out, it's turned out into a dismounted Connic, which is an infantry unit, a weak infantry unit that has some adds for some additional damage potential. Yeah, so obstructing the town center and some farming economy here. Still needs to find the expansion to the side here though, Saymyname, but establishing a convincing eco lead here. Not floating resources really, queuing more knights. Got the mobility now and has more elite skirmishers than ElNoniro has crossbows. No ballistics for the Ethiopians either, but obviously you don't want to fight elite skirmishers with crossbows anyway, any day. Here comes the siege workshop, mangonel being added, but the knights should be able to snipe that should it get dangerously close to the army mass here. 9 knights total now for Saymyname. He's splitting up the groups as well. Maybe he's finally about to realize that something is going on in the corner here, but a lot of the core economy is being obstructed as well. Now a crep post on this woodline Bodkin arrow is in, so the crep post should have 7+2 range. Still good defense and reactions from ElNoniro, but he's not able to keep up with the economy here. Great hit on the skirmishers though. So Saymyname scrambles to take out the Mangonel here. He's losing knights needlessly here now. He's lost 5 or 6 knights to the crossbow group over here with the skirmishers out of position. But maybe he's just confident in his army numbers and his economy lead. Now it's 3 town centers to 2, and it's about to be 3 town centers to 1 here as this one goes down to the Krepos fire. Woodline is off limits as well. ElNoniro has lost 19 villagers total throughout the game and now needs to flee over here. Imagine if the knights were still alive over here, then these villagers would be dead meat as well. And now no knights around to deal with the Mangonel, so ElNoniro is... Yes, oh, great hit again. I mean, there's replenishing of units going on here now, but some unfortunate losses for Saymyname over here. Knows about the TC and the Siege Workshop to the side now, though, so that would probably be the next target. It's only 1 town center now for ElNoniro to Saymyname's 3. Would love to see some farm stealing in the middle here now at this point. Just for the flex of it. There's stone enough for a Krepos as well. There's soon stone enough for a castle, which could be going up in either direction over here. And a TC number 4 going up for Saymyname as well. These town centers only cost 50 stone as well, so it's easy to get them. 105 times as Venegor. Could be. 50 TC going up. And there's stone and wood enough for more TCs here as ElNoniro clings at straws here. Is that what the expression is? Trying to grasp at straws to try to keep going. Ooh! 1 villager building a TC over here. But another group of crossbows will be going down, and that's the GG fight, if not before. Saymyname takes the 2-1 on African Springs. It was his home map after all. We'll be going to ElNoniro's second home map, which I believe was Aftermath. Right, so let's toggle the... well, we could show the map as well. Saymyname taking the win. We'll be going to Aftermath. No choice for ElNoniro this time around. We had... who did we have winning here? Bulgarians winning against the Ethiopians with the men-at-arms into skirmishers, basically. And then transitioning to cavalry in the cast stage. Seems strong on this map. Aftermath comes up, it's Franks versus Chinese. Saymyname's Chinese pick. I think I know what the thought process behind Chinese here is. Because Aftermath, it's starts like remnants of somewhat... I don't think arena clowns would be happy to see this, right? It's like a broken arena. Arena on fire. The remnants of an arena game lost. Okay, so this is all about, in the early game here, it's all about the trade workshops on the hills here. You need to stop and collect them ASAP, because it's going to give you a steady trickle of everything except stone. So Saymyname, going for the Chinese here. I think the intention is to use villagers. You get loom anyway, so you could use the villagers to claim the outposts of your opponent. They're going for 1 each now, aren't they? Whereas ElNoniro with the Franks, I'm not sure what that's about. He's dropped a barracks already. So he's going to queue some militia, most likely, to claim control over the trade workshops. He's actually claiming the other one as we speak, and we'll see that in the resource trickle. It's ridiculous on the stats. The late game stats, if one player controls 2 trade workshops. It's really not a great mechanic for random map play, but I love this map. Because Aftermath is so chaotic. It tends to favor Lithuanians, of course, because you'd be able to instant drush the trade workshop without any significant eco loss. We'll see what Saymyname does with this, though. He doesn't seem to be worrying too much about the trade workshops at this stage. Which is weird to me, because the Chinese would really benefit from that food trickle. It would really help to keep the idleness time low if you're able to claim both of the trade workshops early. Putting a couple of geese here as well, but ElNoniro reclaims at least one of them. And what does it need geese for anyway? Look at this trickle. Look at the wood. It's 0 on wood. It doesn't need anything on wood now, even just to afford the buildings for the next stage. It's ridiculous. So controlling both trade workshops. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, okay, good. Don't give it away. It's free food. Couple more geese here for Saymyname to find, so at least that's a food boost for the Chinese player, but almost enough gold for Castle Age already for ElNoniro here, and he obviously hasn't been mining anything, he hasn't been taking in the berries, he's just been controlling the two trade workshops for a... Look at this. Look at the resource collected! It's 500 more resources already, and they are... Saymyname even has 2 more builders with the Chinese bonus. It's ridiculous. But that's on Saymyname for not focusing on the trade workshop at all as well in the early game. Yes, he has the village lead. Yes, he might be getting to the feudal age sooner. But 400 more resources for ElNoniro already. Which doesn't happen at this stage in the game in any random map game, I think. Except for on this map, obviously. No attempts have been made. I mean, ElNoniro didn't even need to make these militia. There hasn't been any contesting the trade workshops at all. Feudal Age on the way, Saymyname not on the way up. So he's going to lag behind significantly as the Chinese here. In the meantime, ElNoniro has gone into 1 lumber camp here, straggler trees as well. Is that for these guys? Is he gonna go scouts now? He probably is, right? Because there's not really enough food here to go straight Castle Age. It's ridiculous how much resources he has in the bank without having really investing into them though. And with the feudal age kicking in, he could seed farms with all these guys and with instant horse collar as well. Yep, here comes the stable. Some mobility to keep contesting the map. Saymyname, admittedly, on the way to the feudal age as well. 40 seconds to go. Barracks comes up. Should mean spearman defense. And yeah, some fairly easy quick walls here. I think you could quick wall this off with the gate and this with the gate and a little palisade, and your wood lines should be almost safe. But once again, let's look at the resources again. The collection. It's now almost... I mean, now it's like 800, 900 more resources for ElNoniro. And it's not like the worker efficiency is better for the Franks either. It's at a higher, more efficient percentage for Saymyname. The Frank scouts are out and chasing Saymyname's scout here, spearman instantly. Of course, also going for the scouts here. Right on the berries, forming part of a wall, kind of as well. But just look at the gold, look at the resource income here for ElNoniro. That doesn't get contested by Saymyname. It's going to have a speed run to the Castle Age compared to the Chinese here. Good engagement for Saymyname. Now finally Graham taking control over one of these trade workshops maybe, but ElNoniro keeps looping around. Might still salvage this one. He will need to fight a spearman with scouts though. But he is adding spears of his own. And he... This is so silly. Extra HP on the Frank Scouts as well, 20% more hit points on the cavalry units starting in the feudal age for the Franks. One scout, not enough to deal with 2 militia here. Spearman comes in as well, but you'll need more military total to clean that up. ElNoniro still keeps control over both trade workshops, now having collected 1500 more resources at minute 12 in the game. Oh man. Huge farming economy going on for both, but Castle Age should be light years ahead for ElNoniro here now, going into idle some of the food economy of Saymyname as well. But Spearman should be keeping the Franks cavalry away at least. But there's the Castle Age. And Saymyname, look at the resources here. It's nowhere near that click. Doesn't have the second building either. It's just when the Castle Age kicks in there, you might as well just GG, because just to get a few knights out, it's going to be impossible for Saymyname to claim the trade workshops again, and that Frank's eco lead is only going to escalate further. Origin coming in, actually going for attack upgrades over defense. Could be just for damage output on the cavalry units here to snipe villagers more easily. There's 1 minute to go. As Saymyname has gone into archers for whatever reason. Maybe it's to try and claim the trade workshops from the infantry units in the middle. I don't know what's going on here, but the Castle Age is only 27 seconds away for ElNoniro now. And Saymyname will be forced to forever feudal here by the looks of it. It's probably thinking, what the hell? How's the Castle Age now? And there's 2 stables producing knights as well, so 4 knights already in the queue for ElNoniro. Saymyname with some archers out. Still struggling to claim the trade outpost to the side here. Should be very interesting to see the final economy stats here, with the Chinese regarded as honestly one of the better eco-civilizations in the game, with their discounts to technologies and all. Finally, Saymyname is going to claim this trade workshop, but for how long? The knights are out already, and they should be cleaning up this, no problem. Yep, down goes the archer, and ElNoniro claims the trade workshop back again. Back to the steady resource trickle of 2 trade workshops. Looks like ElNoniro has his second home map in the pocket here. Two archers with fletching, Saymyname fighting for his dear life here, but the knights' numbers keep escalating. The steady resource trickle as well. A second town center for ElNoniro, who looks to be behind the villagers, but that's deceiving because he's 1 age ahead, and to research the Castle Age you'll be spending 7 villagers worth of research time. So massive eco lead for ElNoniro here, no question about it. Is about to get the first defense upgrade for the knights as well. This is over, says Venegor, and it has been for a while as well. Mem fail. Nice emote. Yeah, ElNoniro is just toying with his food at this point. Seems to be performing well on the Chaos Cup maps thus far. He's already been beating Freaking Andy earlier on, and Freaking Andy is also, last I checked, he was like number 20 on the ARM leaderboard or something, so ElNoniro is clearly climbing the ladder and beating several solid players here. That's not to say he wins this set, because it's 2-1, and I haven't checked the results, so it could still be a 3-2 for Saymyname if he loses this one. But it does look like we are going to see a game 5 here. No way around that. 30 villagers to 43. Saymyname keeps clinging on here for... I'm not sure why. He's committed into some more spears. Full upgrades on the spears as far as fuel age upgrades go. Walling in the woodland, so at least the wood income is safe. But the knights numbers are just going to increase. And ElNoniro now adding some monks to heal up his knights and collect the relics as well. Maybe for further gold trickle. He's with 22 on food, 18 on gold. Should be easy enough to keep 2 stables consistently producing with that kind of income. Not to mention that steady food gold would trickle from the trade workshops as well. It's a lot of fuel-age spearmen though. I'll give him that. So if you get enough of them, I guess you could in theory keep the Frank's Knights contained for longer. But as a famous pro once said, Knights counter pikes in Castle Age, so might not be the solution for Saymyname here, but he can't really go Castle Age, right? That's too exposed as well. He has to punch out more feudal units. 18 spearmen to the 17 Frankish knights, so if the spearman collection is on point, at least you could take out some knights along the way. But look at the villager numbers going down. Everything idle here now. Eco efficiency down to 50%. And, well, one trade workshop at least claimed by Saymyname here now, but shouldn't make too much of a difference. It's 3 times the villagers now for ElNoniro. And the town center might even go down to knights attacks here if ElNoniro keeps this up. And that's the GG, 2-2. Coming in here, we'll have a 5th game, a decider game. But the most interesting statistic here is the resource income. Granted, now ElNoniro is in the Castle Age with multiple town centers as well. But that, just look at the... okay, let's just remove the age and economy text for a moment here. And just show the resource collection here. How do we do that? Yeah. Good to toggle like the... Wait, here it is. Wood, food and gold collected. That's what I wanted to point out here. Just a huge difference in the resource collection here. Total 4k more resources almost for ElNoniro. Let's have a look at the stats otherwise as well. The military 5720 KD, which is frankly ridiculous. ElNoniro always ahead in military. And imagine if the Chinese had claimed the trade workshops at the start. Imagine. You'd even just one, you get that food trickle, and it limits your early idleness time. Maybe not significantly, but it would be so huge for the Chinese to have that resource trickle instead of the Franks here. So well played by ElNoniro, playing the map. Early feudal age as well with the same mentioned resource trickle. Alright, Chinese losing that one to the Franks, which means we are going to Winged as the final game. Saymyname has been playing the Red Bull qualifiers, I'm sure. They both probably did, so it should be a familiar map, but it's usually played on Empire Wars. And in this case, it should of course be random map, so let us have a look. Game 5. And we have Persians versus Huns. Persians. Oh well. Let's go. Winged this, it was featured in Red Bull Wololo 3, I think. And I was told it's... I was asking for what is chaotic maps, and this was one of the suggestions, so I added that to the map. Lots of gold around the map, admittedly small patches, and a huge pile of gold in the middle as well. And then there's the reason for the Persians here is that there's a significant amount of deep fish to be taken here. Persian stocks and town centers start working faster in the feudal age, and they also have twice the hit points from the get-go, so they're hard to take out and they work faster. Persians, a no-brainer for hybrid maps like these. Okay, Saymyname with the Huns. Starts with less wood, so it takes you a tiny bit longer to get to your dock. But once you get your wood collection going, you'll be looking at never needing to build houses, so that you can easily sustain a fish boom and everything else while maintaining army production behind. Huns have 20% cheaper cavalry archers. Certainly going to be useful, but there aren't really any hills here for the cavalry archers to exploit. But the mobility is still going to play a role, of course. Then again, the Persians knights have 2 bonus damage against ranged units. I believe that applies to against cavalry archers as well. So we'll see how this plays out for them. Both with potential strong fish booms to come, but Persians with the faster production should be able to gain an equal lead with an earlier dock and then faster builder and fish production in the next stage, in the feudal age. 10, 15 and 20% faster in the Persians case as the game goes on. Also wouldn't be too surprised to see the scouts opening from both here. They're both strong scouts civilizations. Would you want to risk it against the Persians though, assuming that the yeah, here we go. He's gonna go docking. Loom is in for ElNoniro, so that's why the villager count is 1 off here for ElNoniro, but it's also securing the faraway villager from being taken out by the opponent's scout while docking, so seems a reasonable precaution here. Some idle time for ElNoniro here is falling slightly behind in the progression here. However, Saymyname didn't dock yet, so once the fishing ships pop out, that's going to benefit ElNoniro's food economy moving on. If it is the scouts, that food income from the fish is going to sustain the scouts production without need for farms, or if you're going really greedy, you could also use that fish income, if it goes unobstructed, to go for a much faster castle age. But I don't think that will happen on an open map like this. It definitely favors mobility, scouts play, cav archers even more so. But you'll need to contest the waters as well, of course, and Saymyname isn't quite there yet. He's dropping the barracks and getting Loom, preparing for a 21 pop scouts build order here, most likely. Though it's going to gold as well, actually. So that's either to contest the fish income or to go men-at-arms archers with the Huns here. Men-at-arms with the Huns. Can't say I've seen that too often. Could be catching ElNoniro off guard as well. ElNoniro I mean, I suppose Winged has fixed spawn, so he knows that the DC is in the middle here. That's probably why he's avoiding it. He didn't actually confirm the wood line either, though. And as far as Feudal Age timings goes, it's comparable. The wood income does ElNoniro. Yeah, he's dropping the barracks. So it's going to be scouts against men-at-arms archers here then. Is it? Looks like this could have some damage potential. These are, for the time being, they are Dark Age walls, but Feudal Age kicking in, that's adding 100 HP to the walls here. Men-at-arms upgrade coming in, archery range going up at home probably. Good sheep snipe from ElNoniro there. Still no dock from Saymyname. That feels like a misplay to me, giving the Persians the free fish over here. ElNoniro doesn't really... I guess he's been scouting the shoreline to have a look, but seeing the men-at-arms investment here as well could also be an indication that Saymyname hasn't really committed to any dock. Obstructing the wood income, but not really dealing proper damage here just yet. The men-at-arms upgrade is in, the archer follow-up is coming, so the archers should be sent over here to force the villagers to flee the wood line. And you might get some nice men-at-arms hits along the way. The stable is up for ElNoniro, as is the archery range to prepare skirmishers against the archers' investment of Saymyname, I'm sure. Where are the archers at? They're moving forward. Spearman added as well. Good precaution against the scouts' investment of ElNoniro. But ElNoniro has a massive food income lead here now. Should easily be able to field both scouts and archers with the income from the 5 fish. See a dock going up for Saymyname as well. He's now queuing the fire galleys. That will force ElNoniro to go to gold and react to the investment here. It doesn't know currently. Might get lucky here with the fish, but for now, ElNoniro is going to lose that fish food. He didn't see it in any farms yet. He's gone to the berries, so he's going to have food income even if he loses the fish. But obviously he'll want to conserve it, having invested into a dock and 5 or 6 fishing ships here. That said, good military engagements for ElNoniro at home base here. Didn't take a single villager loss. Conserved the woodland here for the time being. And yeah, still doesn't see the fact that Saymyname has docked. But having cleaned up the forward aggression, ElNoniro is now in a position to use the mobility to counterattack. Saymyname with another spearman out does not allow ElNoniro any entry for now. Yep, the fish will go down in the middle now. Saymyname being patient with the fire galleys here. Did delay dropping a dock, but now he's got 2 fire galleys out. And ElNoniro is not on gold whatsoever. So ElNoniro cannot make any defense against the fire galleys at this point. It means that Saymyname will take out most, if not all, of the fish before ElNoniro can do anything about it. But on land, it's ElNoniro on the aggressive side now, is with mainly scouts and skirmishers, trash units here. He did go to gold as well, but that's probably for the purposes of trying to claim back the waters. His dock is not going to go down easily because it has twice the hit points, but the fish go down. And just like that, the eco situation is very much evened out here between the two. Saymyname added scouts of his own as well by the looks of it, and also archers, but they are going to struggle against the skirms of ElNoniro, as Saymyname doesn't have the scouts numbers needed, gets the farming eco idle as well. That is an ambitious tower on the main goal there, but I guess it's going to complete, seeing as the skirmishers won't easily snipe villagers. It looks like ElNoniro is going to just not invest into naval defense at all. He did lose his six fishing ships, so that would be an even larger loss if he commits to naval aggression to try and reclaim the water situation. Quite even game so far, 21-8 KD, Saymyname with more eco kills, but that's all fish. Both obstructing each other's respective economies. About half of the deep fish have been taken by ElNoniro as well, so the early fish definitely had its returns given here. No upgrades on the scouts for Saymyname, though. It's fletching for the archers, about the only one. But ElNoniro is keeping Saymyname on his tiptoes at home base here, having to react to the scouts skirmisher combination, constantly annoying the food income here. Now, having secured the waters though, Saymyname can make use of the Huns never needing to build houses, wood savings, and commit to some fish of his own, which should give Saymyname the eco lead here. So a quick look at the overall resource collection shows ElNoniro just slightly ahead this time, even with the early fish investment. Counter the aggression with the scouts now on the woodland. No spearmen here to defend. This should be some villagers going down for ElNoniro. And Saymyname doesn't have any upgrades on the scouts though, so that the villagers could still fight them off. But now archers with fletching, just a few of them to, at the very least, delay the tower here, really obstructing the wood income of ElNoniro over here now. Tower might go up, but the archers moving close to the tower foundation so that they could still sit underneath the tower fire and obstruct villagers. At the same time, ElNoniro is being massively annoying on Saymyname's side, obstructing food and gold income over here. But now with the newly added fish of Saymyname, it's a 6 eco units lead for the blue player here, with ElNoniro with heavy on gold here, maybe going to buy the castle age or something here. It's got a pretty decent food income and has enough gold to justify buying the castle age to open up for knights and, I don't know, probably not elite skirmisher, but knights, camels if need be. Saymyname still has a while to go for the castle age, but does he need it? He has the Huns, he has the food and gold income to keep adding scouts and archers here. Double stables going on, and defense upgrade coming in for the scouts as well. So while ElNoniro is going for the castle age, Saymyname is going to commit to the feudal age with upgrades. Scale barding is to keep up with the defense upgrade of ElNoniro here, but he also has food and gold for bloodlines if need be. That's one that's also in for ElNoniro actually. So ElNoniro's scouts massively outperforming the Hunnic ones at this point. Alright, so Castle Age right around the corner for ElNoniro here. Saymyname not quite close, and I have to say, the food gold situation is looking healthy here for ElNoniro now, even after having lost the dock. It's really stabilized here, has triple stables going on now, should be able to pump out knights out of all of them, maybe even go for an early iron forging or plate barding armor. Given the... I mean, the deep fish is running out as well. It's so Saymyname will have to go into fish traps eventually. Completely off wood here. Knights will be joining in. Looks like the buying the Castle Age was the right call for ElNoniro here. Saymyname still has the feudal age numbers, but isn't really in any position to counter attack here. ElNoniro playing it really aggressively and constantly annoying the home base economy of Saymyname here. Worker efficiency down to 50% as well, as ElNoniro adds the second town center to secure some gold and a woodland down there. While Saymyname is forever feudal and will struggle to keep up with what is going to become a lot of knights. So I said I was talking about the upgrades for ElNoniro, but it's actually going for numbers rather than upgrades here. And I mean, why not? You're fighting against feudal age upgraded units, so if you have the numbers, the Castle Age upgrades don't necessarily matter that much. However, if you have the +2 defense for your knights, you could also camp underneath town center fire without that being too much of an issue. Gold gets contested, Saymyname losing more villagers here, 15-9. And triple stables still pumping out knights for ElNoniro. Great aggression here. KD heavily on the positive side for ElNoniro. Saymyname just doubling up on the spears here. Feudal Age armies, second barracks going up as well. It's really trying to make use of as many trash units as he can here to keep the Persians away with. As long as ElNoniro's home base economy gets uncontested, stays uncontested, this is just going to scale out of proportions for Saymyname here, even with keeping up or outmassing the Castle Age armies with feudal age numbers. 2 stray scouts over for the raids here, obstructing the farming economy, obstructing the knights production as a result. Still only +1/+1 on the knights, but that's the case for the spearmen as well, of course. So you could still justify fighting against spears with your knights. However, there are quite a few of them. So Saymyname is holding on here. Actually is keeping up with the overall population. More military, slightly less economy. Started seeding a few fish traps as well again. Thank you, Hunswood Savings. These spear numbers doing work here for Saymyname. A little bit sloppy mobility play by ElNoniro here to let the knights go down to spears here. Really needs extra attack or defense here now if he wants to keep engaging against the spearmen here. Full on knights investment here, but if you're able to pick the smaller groups of spears like ElNoniro did here, you will at the very least limit the numbers. Castle Age finally coming in for Saymyname as well. Just missing a tiny bit of gold here, has both buildings needed, but has taken some serious eco losses on the way. 26 villagers killed by ElNoniro, and now I was going to say 2 town centers working, and they are indeed for ElNoniro. ElNoniro still playing the numbers game here, 16 knights. And just flooding them in from it. Does he actually have more stables for this now? 4 stables or? Still the 3 stables. But it's a steady trickle, at least 2 stables consistently producing here, keeping the knights somewhat collected. I think I saw, well, he would definitely benefit from a monastery and heal up some of these knights as well. Just bring a couple of monks to the fights, then the spearmen are less of a threat as well, because you could heal up as you attack. It is 17 spears total for Saymyname, but I think they're split up across several areas of the map, so we can't really engage now. Fewer spears than there are knights. Looks like Saymyname is probably going instantly for the pikeman upgrade here now with the cast age kicking in. So he's losing precious farming economy here. We'll struggle to queue more units as this goes on. Are we going to see? Yeah, there's the pikeman upgrade. Is it going to be enough though against a larger mass of castle age knights? Squires coming in as well. I love that. That's boosting the movement speed of the infantry. I feel like ElNoniro. I mean, of course, you can always dodge the spears, but as long as they're spearmen, you could still take an engagement. But once they become pikemen like this and they're almost equal in numbers, that's bad news for the knights. It still chooses to try and take the fight. Adding some scorpions, I like that addition, seeing that the only, almost the only military of the same name here is the pikemen. Scorpions, great addition. You could shoot through groups, weaken lots of pikemen, and then take the final hit with the knights. With Castle Age, Saymyname has the option of added cavalry archers as well, to get back the mobility and engage against this opponent's exposed economy. But it's now 3 town centers and a massive score lead for ElNoniro here, bringing in the siege weapons. What is this? Oh, Saymyname going for a TC in the middle of the gold, but not quite succeeding in getting that. He did lose. He lost the foundation. He lost the TC foundation to ElNoniro. That what a play from ElNoniro there to snipe the TC foundation as the first builders got the hit in. Oi. Also, thanks for the follow. That is appreciated. I mean, judging from the score and map control, ElNoniro has this game in the pocket. He's going for another upset here. He beat freaking Andy in the previous round. Now he's going to potentially beat Saymyname here as well. So some solid playing from ElNoniro here, both drafting and map-wise. These maps aren't too frequently seen in the random map ranked queue, so it certainly rewards preparation from the players as far as drafting and playing goes. Another TC attempt from Saymyname. Did deplete the main gold, so needs to find gold access elsewhere. But once again it gets obstructed by ElNoniro here, even with quick stone walls around the TC. Full on knights play here, just a few scorpions being added, and a barracks knight in the middle as well. Massive gold income in the middle for ElNoniro. Might be able to add a 4th stable soon and just keep going with the knights here. He did go for iron casting first for the attack for the knights against the pikemen most really, but now +2 defense coming in, and ElNoniro taking the is it kind of a reverse sweep here, 3-2, taking the last 2 games. And moving on to the final, to face either Sito or Siskan, which we will be looking at shortly. Well played. It did look grim for ElNoniro there for a while, losing the fish and then having to buy the Castle Age with the excess gold. But then he's stabilized, pumped out the knights, kept the aggression, The relentless aggression, just constant aggression, and disallowing Saymyname to go for any counterattacks. So well played indeed.